Welcome to the weekly kickoff, guys. Hope you guys are having an amazing Monday. In today's video, guys, as usual, we're gonna have a full breakdown of all of the events coming to Raid Shadow Legends this week. I've been super busy over the weekend and I did not have a chance to actually make any videos, guys, but I'm here. I haven't left anywhere. We're actually starting the week pretty damn juicy, guys. Look at that. We're actually getting some freebies. Summer Night's Gift. You know what? I'll take it. Give me freebies. I won't be saying no to them. They tend to taste a little bit better than when you're actually spending money. So you're getting some pretty good things from here. Let me see what the heck. I'm going to find it right here. Starting with a Soul Stone, some energy, some XP, and we're getting some multi-battles, a bit of silver. And on day 7, we are getting a legendary skill tome. Thank you, Plarium. We need more of those every now and then. Basically, guys, we're gonna have everyone's favorite game mode starting tomorrow, okay? So this is going to be a non-PR CvC, which means that you can most likely take it easy. Don't stress too much about it. You don't have to hit the 400k milestone, or of course, you don't necessarily need to win it, because the rewards, the milestone rewards, you're gonna get them anyway. Now, we're gonna have some summoning events, guys. Actually, a bunch of crazy champions on the events. We have a lot of other things happening, and we had, for the very first time, the new Shadow Arena reset for Platinum Arena. We're gonna discuss a bit about everything. Seems like I still have a lot of freaking red dots around because I did not have a chance to clear them. But let's get rid of them before you guys get annoyed at me and you're gonna be like, Skratch, my OCD is hurting. I feel you guys, mine is hurting as well. Before we dive into most of the events and everything else, I do want to give you guys a quick reminder. If you haven't completed your clan quests, make sure you guys do it before the reset, which will happen in a couple of hours, in 19 hours. And if you gotta purchase anything else from the clan shop, make sure you guys do it as well. Now, this clan shop should have a bit of a rework now. So we're gonna be able to get some materials. We're gonna be able to get some other goodies on lower slots. Of course, the final slots, slot 15 and 16, is something that's going to be miles and miles away. And I'm talking about light years in distance, not actual regular years, unless they're planning to implement some different ways on how we can actually gain XP for the clan, right? If you gotta check your bazaar, make sure you guys do it too. If you have anything to purchase from here, do not forget it. I need to get a sacred shard, but I just won't have enough currency for the moment. And we do have an adventure deck of fate, okay? So this one will basically give you pinpoint gear. It will give you some different rewards as well. You can pin the cards, so you can pin the same rarity cards, which might give you a chance to get some of these goodies from here. Personally, I'm not going to stress too much with the event because I'm slowly regenerating my resources for the next fusion. So this fusion is coming to an end. If it did not came to an end already over the weekend, which most likely it did. I've managed to get only 100 fragments. I haven't tried to get more than that. And yeah, as you guys can probably notice, all of the other events finished. We have a Dragon Turn Attack tournament, which has pretty trash rewards. No point in trying to do that, but you do have a boost on the speed gear, so it might be a good idea to do it because you have a 3x on speed. So up to you guys if you're gonna try to get that done or you won't. We will have a Sand Devil turn attack tournament starting tomorrow as well, which will actually give us some prism jewels or whatever they're called, right? We have this defensive soul summoning pool in here. A lot of good champions. If you're trying to get a soul for one of them, I see Titus is in here. I would love to get a soul for Titus, but I'm really never spending on these things, okay? Like, honestly, as tempting as it might seem, I'm just staying away from them. I am definitely planning to spend on prism crystals if they're ever going to do an event for FINA, the faction unity for the High Elves, my most wanted non-void legendary champion in the game. Now, let's quickly have a look at what else we can expect this week, guys. If we are talking about the calendar, the in-game calendar that we have, I mean, not in-game, the app calendar that we have right here, we don't really have a lot of info about what else is happening, right? So everything kind of like stops right here, which might mean that, who knows, that Packmaster Shayak event might finally come this week right here under probably a hero path rather than a deck of fate, or a different type of event. We should have a summon rush starting this Friday. If we do not get a summon rush, most likely it's going to be a hero path. They've done it in the past where they're replacing the summon rush with a hero path, and they tend to give slightly better rewards than usual, right? So that overall could be good if you are planning to go for Shayak. Personally, most likely I won't be doing that. I'm not super loaded on shards, as you guys can probably notice. I have one sacred only, a few primals, and that's mainly because, hey, I've done the fusion, and that was my my main goal with it. But leaving all that on the side, I haven't done the Platinum Arena in the new way, the shadow thing, but it seems like it's a complete failure because all of my clanmates seem to be pretty disappointed. The positioning, the leaderboard, the ranking, it pretty much ended the same like any other week. No difference in terms of someone else playing better, or, oh my god, this guy from the other clan won because the other ones did not group on him or something like that. Not at all. You can still pretty much dodge the teams that you do not want to attack, including clanmates. Boosting can actually be back on the table, as I've mentioned before, because right now you can literally go versus your clanmate and be like, oh my god, I had no idea that was him, and you just lose the fight intentionally, and you're boosting him, right? And then you do it again. A few clanmates do it again, and there's literally no way on confronting people or and saying like, wait, you've boosted this time around, because they're gonna be like, well, no, I had no idea that he's gonna be. He had just such a good defense, right? So I feel like it's kind of like making it a bit more complicated to counter this cheating mechanic in the game, and considering that it's not really improving the player experience overall, I don't think that was a good change necessarily. Do let me know in the comments down below, especially if you did Platinum Arena today when the shadow thingy was on. What was your experience? How did you find all of these changes? Probably Plarium will have to take some quick notes, feedback, and adjust it ASAP to actually make the game mode what it was intended to be in terms of like blind arena, right? But leaving all that on the side, guys, time to talk about champion summoning events. As I was mentioning, we have some crazy champions, and I think it's going to be, once again, a big bait, like every other freaking week. Skratch, you're always telling me this is a bait. When are you going to stop saying that? Well, probably when I think it's not an actual bait. As I was mentioning, I do think that we're going to get something for Packmaster Shayak probably at the end of the week. That's why I'm calling it a bait. Now, if you're a whale, a cracker, a big spender, you don't really give a damn about all this because you're just going to empty all of the freaking shop like a filthy degenerate kraken that you are, and you do not care about these things. But if you are a low spender, free to play, trying to literally save everything to try and go for this type of events that they guarantee you a champion in a way or another, it's going to be pretty important to manage your resources wisely. But let's quickly talk about what champions we have on the list. I'm quickly going to bring that on the list. And not just that, we do have one of the best events as well, which will be on Sacred Shards too. So let me just quickly get these up and running on the screen so you guys can see it. Feel free to take a screenshot if you want to. We have a bunch of champions in here, but the most important thing is this. Tuesday, 12th of August, they are planning to launch an extra legendary event from Sacred Shards. Now, you guys tell me that all of this together is not a freaking bait, okay? Because I won't believe you. I will not believe you because it's literally screaming bait. Look at the Void Legendaries, all of them freaking good. Look at the non-Void Legendaries, more or less, all of them freaking good, okay? Like, honestly, the only couple of them that are the weakest champions in this list is literally First Axe, Tusker, and Mountain King. All of the other champions from this list are freaking solid champions. But let's quickly talk a bit about the champions. Starting with the first event, which is on Tuesday, a 15x progressive chance to give you a chance to summon the champions of your dreams from Ancient, Primal, Voids, and Sacreds. Now, because we do have the 1+1 on Sacreds, this is actually a much better chance for you to get the 15x champion. So yeah, once again, damn, Plarium, you've done us pretty good this time around with the bait, because it's a pretty interesting one. Even I'm tempted. For to pull on this event. I mean, there are a bunch of awesome champions. Uzul of the Jade is something that I would love to get, but let's quickly start with Harima. Harima's still a good champion. She's not the most OP nuker or anything like that. For high-end arena, yes, she did drop quite a lot, but I'm still using her in a lot of different areas. Not for PvP. I'm using her in the Karsiri, in Faction Wars, and that's about it. That's what I'm using my Harima. But I do have stacked account because, hey, I'm a filthy degenerate whale as well, which just took a break from spending for the last few months. Either way, she's very, very good because of the passive. She can be a very, very good tank overall and do good damage. She can absolutely dump hard on the demon spawn champions. You can either build her with Stone Skin and Lethal or Savage or even Merciless and throw her in the Hydra clan boss, even in the Chimera, and she's going to do pretty good damage because she has this skill that allows her to stack a lot of defense, which will increase the damage a lot. Then we have everyone's favorite champion in Raid Shadow Legends, Arman the Magnificent. I mean, what's not to like about this bad boy, right? He's a gangster. Look at him. He's literally a gangster, full of tattoos, bling blings, and all that fancy stuff. But I know a lot of you guys absolutely hate this freaking champion. Personally, I'm still gonna stick with my own opinion. I think he was an absolutely amazing addition to the game, which allowed us to counter Kraken accounts filled with +4 6-star champions and mythical champions. That's how I'm seeing Arman's. He's like my weapon versus the Mega Krakens, okay? And I'm not going to change my opinion. Now, I know a lot of you guys hate him because he's so freaking powerful in terms of control, the stun, the polymorph, everything that he does, right? Best build, Stone Skin, Pinpoint. Get him fast AF. Now, truth be told, he is not as powerful as he was before, and that is mainly because we have this super OP relic that has a chance to transfer the crowd control debuffs back onto the attacker, including polymorph, not to mention the stun too. So I feel like indeed he lost a bit of value and can be a bit of more RNG with him. Then, talking about Gnishak Verminlord, I recently released a video on him. I absolutely love the champion. Super, super powerful. The bombs, the extra turn, the decrease attack, decrease the duration of bombs, and the bombs transforming into poisons, put him on the Faction Wars relic, the Anarch Tide or whatever the heck is called, is a very complicated name. Broken, literally broken, and it goes the same for most of the poisoners. But very, very solid. I have mine built in Pinpoint and Stone Skin to make sure it counters Marius's and other champions that could pose a threat to him before he takes a turn. Then we have one of the best PvP fusions they've ever released in the game, and that is Fabian. I absolutely freaking love Fabian. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think about Fabian? Are you using Fabian a lot? Wait, I went to the wrong faction, sorry. Freaking Undead. Why have I went to Night Revs? I don't know. But either way, I was thinking about Krixia. Lord Entertainer Fabian, guys. Do you think he's one of the strongest PvP fusions they've ever released in the game or not? Let me know in the comments down below. But basically, AoE attack has a chance to decrease all buffs, increases the cooldowns, extra turn if there are no buffs. He can put Petrification, he can put Fear, he has a speed aura, he has a crazy passive. Insane as a champion. Once again, same story. Pinpoint, you might want to go with Stone Skin if you want, or just full Pinpoint and get him as fast as possible. A 6-star Temporal Chain Blessing on him could work amazing. Really, really solid champion though. Then we have Son Wukong, one of the best free champions they've ever gave us, because he has so much utility, not only as a damage dealer, but as a crowd control too. Probably one of the best passives in the entire game. Like, isn't this one of the most annoying passives in the entire game? having him revive all the freaking time. Like, it happens even to my account, guys, where I go in, I clap the heck out of the guy that I'm fighting in arena, but this monkey decides to constantly come back and come back and come back, and eventually, somehow, he's gonna get his skills back, and he's gonna wipe my entire team. Now, yes, you can block revive on him and say sayonara, but I still think he's definitely really, really good. The chance to sheep, crazy damage from these skills, strip buffs, block buffs, stun, speed aura for arena. Really, really solid monkey. Then, moving on to the Void champions. I mean, oh boy, oh boy. Let's start directly with Umeco. I would love a second Umeco. Absolutely insane. Hydra would be sorted. I'm not using her in PvP though. She is amazing for PvP, but personally, I do not really use her in there. For Hydra, having two of them is just so freaking busted. It allows you to make so many busted auto teams, not manual. If you're using Lamasu Umeco, you have to manual. But if you're running double Umeco, GG's, easy peasy lemon squeezy, you got that on auto, and bang, you got billions and billions of damage, regardless if we're talking about Titus or if we're talking about Tranda. But for PvP, you don't need perception on her. You can go, you don't need pinpoint, sorry. You can go perception or full speed, high accuracy, high speed. And the good thing about her, she does not attack. And she's already immune to debuffs because of the Veil and the passive, which is really, really strong. Then, Shuan, the Valorous. Great for PvP, great for PvE. I would say she's more powerful in live arena than classic arena because the meta did shift quite a bit. But big speed aura, the instant turn with the A2, the buffs, the increased speed, decreased speed. I actually have mine built with supersonic and speed. And it's not because I think the supersonic is an amazing set on her or anything like that. It's just mainly because that's the gear that allows me to get the highest speed on her at the moment. But really solid champion. Then we have King Nars. Yes, a lot of people are not really running this champion in the endgame arena anymore. I'm still using him. I'm still using him in classic arena. I'm still using him in Siege especially. I think he's still insane versus the Tarichkas. But of course, he is not the fastest as it used to be. You have much crazier strategies with mythicals nowadays that work better, and he does struggle with the mythical champions. But overall, very good champion. You can do tons and tons of work with him as well. Then on Wednesday, guys, let's move on to the other champions. We have Wallmaster Otorian. Man, he was huge for my faction wars. Okay, where are you hiding? Huge for my faction wars, especially on stage 21, because I felt like my Itos and my damage dealers were just rubbish, okay? I brought him in with the enemy max HP. He was demolishing the boss. Now he's good for Hydra. He's good for Curse City. He can be good in the Chimera too. Not as one of the top ones, but definitely not far off. Yeah, overall a really, really good champion. Both AoE attacks. You can even throw a stun set on him. Self-buffing. A nice champion. You can try 9-piece Slayer, you can try Merciless, you can try Stun, depending on where you are planning to use the champion. Then we have Uzul of the Jade. If we're talking about extra turn specialists or anything like that, he's the guy in charge of it because he can ignore Stone Skin, shield, block damage, unkillable, puts that defense down. It's all about taking extra turns or instant turns, and he does do a lot of damage, especially with this skill. So I would 1000% love him on my account, just to have a bit of fun with him in PvP. Build wise, I mean, it's the same story. I wish I would tell you something new, guys, but hey, Stone Skin Savage, Stone Skin Lethal. You know, that's mainly how it goes for PvP, especially for the high-end PvP. Then we have Mountain King. He is better than he was before. He's not meta anywhere whatsoever. He was great for my Faction Wars hard mode because I gave him like freaking 150k HP on a shield set. And I managed to do, I think, stage 20 where I cannot drop my HP under 75%. His damage is still lacking. So even though he's single target, his damage is 1,000,000% still lacking in my opinion. But other than that, he's an okay-ish champion. Probably not the right champion to get super excited when you're pulling him. Then we have first Axe to score. Is he a Ogrin or he is an Orc? I can't even remember. Probably an Ogrin, right? Yeah, it must be an Ogrin. I mean, if he's not an Orc, he must be an Ogrin. So, I can't really remember everything that he does. I know I've tried him a little bit and I wasn't too impressed. Chance to get an extra turn. AoE attack, the damage inflicted by the skill increases by 10 for each buff on him. Decreases the cooldown of the skill by 1 turn if this attack kills an enemy. If this attack kills 2 or more enemies, grants this champion an extra turn. And this one right here attacks an enemy before attacking his self buffs. He ignores shields and grants an extra turn if this attack kills an enemy. But the main thing that's kind of lacking is the actual damage on the champion if we compare him with other damage dealers. Funny enough, the ratings seem to suggest that he's fairly decent in some content, right? Like, I was expecting him to be slightly under 4, at least based on my personal experience with him. Then we have Rotos, the Lost Groom. Still a very good champion. You can still absolutely demolish mythical champions and enemies with him because he has this crazy passive that helps him to stay alive, gaining the HP, increasing his damage, ignoring all of these buffs and the defense. Still a solid champion. I would love to get a few more copies of him and a 6-star soul for my Rotos. Maybe by 2030 I will get all that sorted. But he is still a very useful champion. Then, if we're going to move on to the next one, we have Arnthe Shinning. He's a nice Void Legendary too. I did get my ass whooped quite a few times because of this skill and this passive. If you do not block his passive, be ready to soak in a lot of damage because he's going to absolutely dump on you. You definitely need that Ramanto or a different champion to lock his passives or stun him or do something else to him, you know, because he's actually really, really powerful with this passive. Not the most disgusting damage in the game, but he does hit pretty hard, okay? And that is literally a weapon of mass destruction in PvP. Moving on to the... Actually, let's talk about his build. You can either go Stone Skin, either do not go Stone Skin to make sure you're proccing this passive. But the thing is, that's making you a bit more prone towards getting debuffed by Ramanto. With Stone Skin, you might have a chance to do not get the debuff on. Then we have Georgid the Breaker. Not the most OP nuker for PvP anymore, but he's a monster in PvE. If we're talking about bosses, Amias, Faction Wars hard mode, Curse City, I mean, he still dumps on them big time, you know? Single target, extra turn, ignores everything known by humankind, AoE attack, places unkillable on him, drops the Thermitter. The only thing is a bit of an RNG with a passive, right? And the A1 has a chance to repeat this literally like a machine gun. Bang, 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 bang. That's how you're taking down Amias, for example, in the Curse City. You can build him on Savage, Lethal, Merciless, even, why not? And then we have Onryo Ieyasu. Now, you guys tell me that all of these events with so many crazy champions during a CvC and a 1+1 on Sacred Shards is not a massive bait, okay? Tell me that with a straight face, though, okay? Onryo Ieyasu, still very powerful in the Hydra. Good for PvP, Curse City. I haven't really tried him in Faction Wars hard mode. I felt like I do not need it because I had Toshiro, but I'm sure he's going to put in some very, very good work with a passive. Attacks an enemy twice, ignores Stone Skin shield, strengthen 50% of the target's defense, the block revive. Overall, very solid too. Stone Skin Savage, Stone Skin Lethal, depending what you're planning to use the champion. Let me know in the comments down below which one of these champion is your most wanted, okay? Are you planning to summon or you're going to skip because, hey, you might not have shards or you want to save for the Packmaster Shayak event? As usual, appreciate all of you guys watching. Much love, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.